Hi, I'm Karen, and we're ready to do 45 minutes of yoga. So this is a Skype class that I videoed. So when I'm facing the camera, you'll either have to do what you hear me say or what you see me do. We have a good yoga flow today where we stretch shoulders and hips and hamstrings and all kinds of good stuff. But remember with yoga that we have to take things at our own pace. Every one of us is going to be at a different fitness level. We're going to have different things that feel tight on different days. So I want you to feel your way through, be nice to yourself, take a break when you need to, but you want to get those good stretches. We're working on flexibility and balance and strength all at the same time. That's the beauty of yoga. And again, you take a break when you need to. So let's get nice and focused, relaxed. Take a few deep breaths before you start this practice so you can get the most out of it. Here we go. We're going to start on the mat, and we're going to start with our knees apart and big toes together. We're going to start in child's pose. So let's just take some deep cleansing breaths. Just rest your forehead on the mat. And let's just let the middle of your chest surrender towards the mat. Think about turning off everything that's happened up until this point. Think about just bringing yourself here into the present moment. Bringing all your breath in and out through your nose. Just noticing the different sensations in your muscles. And whenever your mind wanders, because it usually does, just bring your attention back to your breath and all the sensations in your muscles as we move through our poses today. Let's bring ourselves up onto our hands and knees. Let's do a few cat-cow stretches just on your own time, glancing up to the ceiling. Good, just a few cat-cow stretches, and remember you're going to take everything at your own pace. You're going to listen to your body. We all have something we're going to take care of today. Make sure not to hurt our wrists or our hamstrings or our knees or anything like that. So let's go ahead and bring our wrists directly below our shoulders. We're going to come into a plank. And just remember your plank is an upper push-up position. So you could be on your knees or your toes. It's up to you. Abs are engaged. Let's hug the sides as we come all the way down to the mat. Let's come into up dog. So gently lift yourself up. Think about lifting the top of the head up to the ceiling. Let's briefly shift back into child's pose. And at the end of an exhale, let's tuck those toes under and come into down dog. So your feet are about hip width apart. You don't want to be heavy into your hands. You want to shift some weight out of the heel of the hand, more towards your knuckles. See how high you can lift those hips and allow that head to just sink towards the mat. Deep cleansing breath. Let's reach our right toes up to the ceiling. And let's walk our hands back a little bit. Nose towards that left knee. And on your exhale, let's gently swing through and lunge between our hands. That right knee is right above the ankle, and let's float that chest up into your crescent lunge. So you want your pelvis to be tucked under as you lean back. Let's look past our fingertips and gently swing through. And then inhale up. Good. On your exhale, let's bring those hands down to the mat. Let's bring that right foot back. Keeping your abs strong, let's hug the sides. Come on down slowly. Nice up dog. And then push up if you want to and come to down dog. So that push up is always optional. You can do it sometimes, other times not. You can totally leave it out. It's totally up to you. Now think about relaxing your quadriceps and your knees. Sometimes we tense them up, and that's going to hinder your ability to get that long hamstring and calf stretch. On your exhale, let's walk or softly jump those feet to your hands. And with fingertips on the ground, let's take our right toes up. So we're going to walk our hands a little closer to that left foot. Nose towards your left knee, right toes reach as high as you can. Your option is to hold the left ankle with your left hand, but you don't have to. Nose towards that knee, and your left knee is as straight as possible as your right toes reach way up. And on your exhale, let's bring the feet together. Let's cross our forearms. Hold your opposite calf, chin in your chest, and just straighten the legs the best that you can as your nose is coming towards your knees. Try to exhale completely each time, not holding back. End of an exhale, let's release. Let's glance up. Lift the tailbone, reverse swan dive up. Standing back, bend, reach. And let's take that right arm down, keeping our feet together. I'm going to adjust this really quick so you guys can see my head. So we're going to walk our right fingertips down and reach that left arm nice and long. That right hand's going to grab the wrist, gently pull, and as you rest your head for half moon, press your left foot down into the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale a little bit deeper. That left foot is pressed down. Good. Let's come back up to the front of the mat. Standing back bend. And look past those fingertips. Come on down. Glance up, lift the tailbone, lunge back one foot and then the other. Abs are lifted up. Let's hug the sides. Keep those abdominals strong as you come on down. Nice up dog. Push up or not, totally your choice. And then down dog. So I want you to connect to your breath here and feel your rib cage and diaphragm expand and contract. Trying to make sure not too much weight is in the heel of the hand, more towards your knuckles. It's going to be better for your shoulder joint. Deep cleansing breaths. Let's reach those left toes up to the ceiling. Hands walk back, nose towards that right knee. How high can you reach your left toes up? On your exhale, let's gently swing through. Left knee is right above the ankle. Let's float that chest up. Tuck the pelvis under, lean back into your crescent lunge. Look past those fingertips and swing through. And inhale up. Exhale, bring the right foot back a little farther. Really lean back. Good, let's place those palms on the mat. Left foot back. Hug the sides as you come down slow. Nice up dog, open chest. Push up or not, and down dog. So just relax your feet. Deep cleansing breaths in and out through your nose. So let's inhale. See how high our hips can lift and how low the top of the head can get towards the mat. And let's walk or softly jump those feet to your hands. With fingertips on the ground, that chin is in your chest. Left toes are reaching. Let's walk the hands back a little bit, nose towards that right knee. How high can you reach your left toes? If you want to, right hand could hold the right ankle. You don't have to do that. The whole class is up to you. Right knee is as straight as you can. Left toes reach up. And let's go ahead and bring those feet together. Let's hug our thighs, holding onto your opposite elbow. Chin in your chest, straightest legs as you can muster up. Nice long hamstrings as you breathe. End of an exhale, we're releasing those hands. Glancing up, reverse swan dive up. Standing back then. And let's go ahead and bring that left arm down, keeping our feet together. Deep breath in as we reach. Left fingertips walk down that left thigh. For half moon, let's gently pull the right arm straight. Just rest your head. Let's push the right foot down into the mat. Inhale. Exhale that little bit deeper. Good. Now let's just open it up into mountain. And let's find a focal point. So let's find a spot where our eyes are going to stay. Just keeping those eyes in that one spot, that's going to help you with balance. We're going to get ready for tree pose. So your weight is on your right foot and your hands are at your heart. We found that spot where our eyes are not going to move. And if you want to, that left foot can come up. You don't want to push on the right knee. So you want that left foot either above or below the knee as you breathe. Let's go ahead and bring those branches up. And your hands can be together or apart, totally up to you. Without shrugging your shoulders, let's spread between the rib cage and hip bone. Create space in your torso. On your exhale, we're bringing those hands to the heart. Now we're going to extend our left leg behind us for warrior three. So focal point, abs are strong. You decide how high you're lifting that left leg. If you can, act like that back is a tabletop and you're reaching from fingertips to left toes. Gently lunge on your left toes. And we're going to bring the hands down to the mat as we scoot the left foot back. Now we're going to come into prayer twist. We're going to walk the right foot to the right. Whenever you need a rest, just rest that left knee. Your left elbow comes to the outside of your right thigh. Palms together. Right elbow's pointing up if possible. Now if this twist is too much, feel free to just come back to the lunge with the hands on the mat. Let's take that left foot back a little bit farther if you want to. Really press your palms together as you breathe. Balance, flexibility, and strength all at the same time. We're going to bring one hand down, other hand down, and we're going to bring our left knee to the mat as we scoot the right foot to the middle of the mat. Now we're going to shift our weight back. We're going to be stretching that right hamstring as we slide the right leg forward. It's always up to you how far you take that right leg. Your left knee can even go back a little farther. Hands are going to come towards your right foot. And I want you to just start to bend your elbows and sink your chest towards your right thigh. As you're breathing, your left quadriceps, so that back thigh is sinking towards the mat. Feel the length of that right hamstring as your chest sinks down, taking nice, deep, cleansing breaths. We're trying for 2 more breaths here, melting that tension away with each and every exhale. End of that exhale, we're going to slowly ease our way out of this. We're going to put our right foot on the mat, right knee on the mat, and we're going to do a nice cat stretch. Glancing up to the ceiling. Now with our right elbow directly under the shoulder, we're going to extend that right leg behind us. Left arm reaches for spinal balance. Abs are engaged. Lift yourself up and out of that right shoulder. Now either stay extended or that right foot comes in the air. Your left hand reaches around to grab that foot. And if you want to, you can lift that right foot up to the ceiling. Push the top of the foot away from you. Keep breathing. Great for that right quadricep and hip flexor. Lift out of your right shoulder. Lift the right toes a little higher as you inhale. Exhale, let's extend out and reach. Hand and knee down, nice job. Let's sit our hips to the right. Bring your right hand on top of the left. Take a breath or two. Good, let's unwind. And come back to your hands and knees and then into your plank. Abs are lifted up. We're going to hug the sides as you come down slowly. Nice up dog. Push up if you choose and down dog. Now let's take turns pedaling those feet releasing some of the tightness in those calves. And on your exhale, it's roll to right side plank. So your right knee could be on the mat for a modification. You want your right wrist directly under the shoulder. Let's roll that left hip open. Deep cleansing breaths. Anytime you need to take that right knee down, you can. On your exhale, very slowly, let's come back to plank. Abs are lifted up, hug the sides, come on down. Nice up dog. Push up if you choose, and down dog. Take a couple breaths here. Feel the belly expand as you inhale, deflate as you exhale. Relax the front of your knees and your quadriceps. End of an exhale, let's walk or softly jump those feet to your hands. Glancing up, lift the tailbone, reverse swan dive up. Standing back bend. And let's open it up in a mountain. We're going to find that focal point for tree pose on our left side. So make sure you found a point, again, where those eyes are going to stay. And as you're ready, you can bring that right foot up, but make sure those eyes stay on your focal point. Face stays calm. You can bring those branches up, hands together or apart, completely up to you. Now, without shrugging your shoulders, lengthen between the bottom of the rib cage and the top of that hip bone. Deep breaths. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, let's bring those hands to your heart. And now let's extend that right leg behind us. Abs are lifted up. Getting ready for warrior three. You decide how high those right toes come. Think about your back as a tabletop reach from fingertips to right toes. Very gently lunge on those right toes. And let's bring those hands down. You're going to scoot your right foot back a little bit. And for prayer twist, that left foot comes over to the left a little bit. Now, anytime you need to rest the back knee, you can. Right elbow comes to the outside of that left thigh. Palms together, shoulders away from the ears. Left elbow is straight up, breathing in and out through your nose. Face stays calm. Strength, balance, flexibility, all at the same time. Nice deep breath in and out, and very slowly we're bringing one hand down and then the other hand down with the right knee down. We're going to move our left foot to the middle of the mat. So let's shift our weight back, slide that left leg forward, slide it straight forward and not at an angle. Your right knee can slide back a little bit. Remember, it's all up to you how far you go. You're not comparing yourself to anybody else. So left foot's relaxed. We're bending the elbows, sinking the chest towards that left thigh. Deep breaths. Feel that rib cage and diaphragm expand on your inhale. Deflate on the exhale. Get this stretch while you have the opportunity. We're going to try for a couple more breaths here. End of that exhale, release that tightness, and let's very slowly be nice to ourselves, easing our way out. Let's place that left knee on the mat. Give yourself a nice cat stretch. Glance up to the ceiling. And now let's take that left wrist directly under the shoulder. Extend your left leg behind you. Remember, those abs are engaged and your right arm is reaching. Spinal balance. Feel free to stay here extended, or you can lift that left foot in the air by bending the knee. Right hand reaches around to grab it. We're going to take that left foot up to the ceiling, push the top of the foot away. Deep cleansing breaths in and out through your nose. Great for that left quadricep and hip flexor. Let's inhale, really lift and push the top of the foot away. Slowly extend back out. Exhale, hand and knee down. We're going to let our hips shift left. Left hand on top of the right. Deep breaths. Good, untwist. And let's come back to your plank. Wrists below the shoulders. And let's hug the sides, come on down. Up dog, nice open chest. Lift that head up, lengthen from top of the head to tailbone. Push up if you want to, and down dog. Now connect back to the breath. If your mind started to wander, bring it back to the sensations. Where are you feeling each stretch? Which muscles need your most attention today? End of your exhale, let's roll to left side plank. Left wrist is directly under the shoulder. Your modification is taking that left knee down. Let's roll that right hip open, roll your right shoulder open. Nice deep breaths. Face is relaxed. Nice deep breath in. And very slowly coming back to plank. Keep those abs strong. Knees down whenever you need to as you come down. Up dog. Push up if you want it. And down dog. Take a breath or two. Shift that weight out of the heel of the hand, more towards the knuckles. Feet are relaxed. End of the exhale. Let's take a second with our knees apart, big toes together. And just breathe. Middle of that chest is sinking down, surrendering to the mat. Now let's come back up to your hands and knees. And let's come to your plank. It's your second to your last plank of today. So let's do the best that we can. So let's hug the sides with our elbows as we come down. Nice up dog. Push up if you want it, and down dog. Breathe, top of the head gets closer to the mat, the hips are lifted up. Now let's take our right toes to the ceiling. Let's walk those hands back a little bit. You're gonna bend your right knee and let it hang to the left. So you're gonna feel that nice right hip opening, and the heavier the leg is to the left, you'll allow that right, straight down the right side of the rib cage to get a great stretch. At the end of your exhale for pigeon, we're gonna slide the knee between our hands. So we're gonna tuck our left toes under and walk the leg back a little bit. Right foot can come closer to the left hand if you want to, but you don't want to let yourself roll right, okay? Let's keep that belly button facing the mat. Walk straight out the middle of the mat. Just want you to find a place for your forehead to rest. It could be on your fists or the mat. Try to take that deep breath, each and every one, straight into the outside of that right hip joint. As you exhale, just allow that tension and stress that you hold in your hips, allow it to dissolve. Real important to exhale completely, and it helps us to remember to let go of that tightness that we are holding on to. Now, if you want to, you can glance right and rest on the left side of the face. You could also take the back of your right hand to your low back. And just let those shoulders flop. Again, notice where you're feeling the tightness. And just imagine creating space between the muscle fibers that surround your right hip joint. They become tight from sitting too much, but they also become tight from walking and running and elliptical and biking and all that good stuff. End of this next exhale, you can untwist. Let's glance forward. Now take your left fingertips a little farther away. It's going to help to ensure the front of that left hip bone is to the mat. We're going to rest our forehead 2 more breaths. Dissolve on that exhale, breathing in the oxygen that all of our muscles need. Let's walk those hands back. Let's open up the chest and slowly slide that right knee underneath us. You can allow those hips to kind of shake side to side a little bit. And let's stretch that right calf. Just push that heel down. Take your hands and just press yourself back. And let's bring the right knee to the mat. We're going to come to our last plank of today. So wrists below the shoulders. Let's make this good. Make sure we're not leading with the hips. The middle of the chest leads. Keep those abs strong. Come on down. Up dog. Open chest. Lift that head. Push up or not. Totally up to you. Down dog. Let that rib cage and diaphragm expand and contract. Relax your feet and breathe. End of an exhale, let's take those left toes and reach to the ceiling. Hands walk back a little bit, nose towards your right knee. Let's bend that left knee, let it hang to the right. So you've got more weight in your right hand, noticing that nice stretch, opening up that left hip and straight down the left side of the rib cage. As you're ready, the left knee slides between the hands for pigeon. So let's tuck our right toes under and walk that leg back. Take that left foot if you want to and bring it closer to your right hand as long as it's not making you roll left. Now find the middle of the mat and let's walk straight down the middle of the mat. Rest your forehead, deep breaths. Really focus on inhaling into the tightness that surrounds that left hip joint. Dissolving that tightness as you exhale. Feel free to glance left, resting on the right side of the face. Feel free to slide the back of the left hand to your low back. Just let your shoulders flop. You can even wiggle those fingers if you want to. Let go of that tightness while you have the opportunity. Yoga is such a key to keeping us active for longer in our life. Much less chance of injury. Let's untwist. And let's glance forward. Let's take our right fingertips a little farther away so you can feel that right hip bone rolling to the mat. Forehead down. Try to take 2 of the deepest breaths you can. End of that exhale, we're going to walk those hands back. Open the chest and let's slide that left knee underneath us. And allow those hips to wiggle side to side. And let's take that left heel, press it back, get a good left calf stretch. Now let's come down to your forearms. Let's tuck the toes under and come into dolphin. So I want you to lift those hips up. You can walk those toes a little closer to your elbows. And then use the leverage of your arms, the forearms on the mat, to press yourself back as you're lifting those hips. And you can always feel free to walk those toes a little closer to your elbows. Belly expands and contracts with each and every breath. End of the exhale, we slowly take those knees down. We're going to lie on the mat on our stomach and give our shoulders a good stretch. So your left arm is going to come flat, palm down, straight out from your shoulder, and you're going to roll to your left. You're going to bend your right knee, place that foot behind you. Your right hand, the back of it slides to the low back. And now let's walk those left fingertips a little farther away to deepen the stretch if you want to. You can even walk them a little closer to shoulder height. And then that right foot, sometimes it feels good for that hip and shoulder to walk that right foot a little farther away. Just breathe, make sure you're exhaling completely. On the exhale, very slowly, we're going to roll back to the stomach. And we're going to do the same for the other side. So right arm straight out, palm down. Roll yourself to the right. Now modify this as you need to. Let's bend the left knee, walk the foot away from you, and left hand to the low back. So if you've had shoulder issues, that right palm, instead of it being down, you can flip it up, and that might allow you to be in the pose for just a little bit longer. But remember, you can walk those right fingertips a little farther away from you, left foot a little farther away as you breathe. End of your exhale, very slowly rolling back to the stomach. Now let's clasp our fingertips at our low back. Glance forward, so not straight up, but just forward. As you clasp your fingertips, gently pull the arms straight. Lift the hands slightly off your backside, and your feet can come a little bit off the mat, not far. And your head's not arched up or straight down. It's just that natural extension of the spine. Now I want you to think about gently the shoulder blades pulled down into your imaginary back pockets. On your exhale, release. Let's glance left and rest everything. Feel your glutes release. Deep breaths. Glancing forward. And rest the head to the right. Good. As we glance forward, let's gently press ourselves up onto hands and knees. And let's go ahead and have a seat at the front of the mat. Let's grab our yoga strap or karate belt or necktie, whatever you're using. And let's place it near us. So I'm going to face you for these first couple stretches before we come down. So your right leg is either going to be in front or it can be on top. Okay, a little more of a stretch if it's on top, but feel free to place that foot in front. So let's take our shoulders down. Let's sit up tall. Let's bring that chin into our chest. Now let's reach that right arm up to the ceiling, nice and long. As we're reaching the right arm long, let's take that left hand to grab the opposite knee and reach, stretching down that right side. Good, both arms up. And exhale, let's go ahead and fold forward. Do your best to walk those fingertips away. Bend your elbows. Feel that chest sinking down towards the mat as we release the tightness in those hips. Didn't think we had any more, but there it is. Let's wind ourselves to the left. Bring your right hand on top so your left knee is between your arms. Try to not let your right knee lift as you bend your elbows, sinking your nose towards that left knee. Good, let's bring it up. And let's switch. So now your left foot is either in front or on top, completely up to you. Shoulder blades in your imaginary back pockets, chin in your chest, relax those hips. Good, let's reach that left arm nice and long. Now you can take your right hand, grab that left knee, and continue to reach. And deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, let's fold forward, palms down, bend those elbows, feel those hips again. Let go of some of that tightness. Winding to your right so your left hand comes on top. Bend the elbows as your nose sinks down. Let's not let that left knee lift. Just doing the best that you can. Good, let's slowly untwist and go ahead and come up to the front of the mat. Again, making sure that yoga strap is in a place where you're going to be able to grab it shortly. We're going to come into one boat pose and then roll down to the mat. So open chest, engage your abdominals. You can take one leg up. If the back feels okay, you can take both. Knees together if possible, lifting those toes. Deep breaths. Inhale, toes up. Exhale, come on back. Let's hug those knees into our chest nice and tight. And put our straight arms between our knees. Grab onto ankles or feet. Let's pull the knees down towards the sides of the rib cage. Let our elbows press the knees apart as we rock side to side for happy baby. You can either continue to do this or your first two fingers around your big toes. Press those heels away from you. Allow those legs to relax apart. Deep breaths. As we exhale, let's release. Let's let our left leg come flat on the mat and the yoga strap comes around your right foot. So left leg is flat. That strap is going to come towards your right heel first. So relax the foot. Let's not flex it yet. And as we pull the leg towards us, press that right knee away from you. And allow that stretch to come straight down the back of that leg. As you exhale, you can pull it a little closer. And let's back away. So the strap comes towards the ball of the foot. Get a nice flex, and as you pull the leg towards you, whoo, feel that tightness, yeah. So you can roll the foot out or in, play with it, because it all depends on your gait. Get the deepest right calf stretch you can. Yeah. Let's push that right knee away from you, deep breaths. Feeling that. As we release, right hand holds the strap. We're taking it out to the right. Let's glance to our left, and we're going to keep that left hip rolled down. So we don't want it to lift up. You'll miss part of the stretch. So as you're looking left, you're going to pull so your right toes, making sure it's not in your face, pull so those right toes aim to that wall behind you. Deep breaths in and out. Try to exhale completely each and every time. Let's hand that strap to our left hand. And now we're going to take the leg across the body as we look to our right. With that gentle pull, that's the right IT band could be the one screaming at you now. So you don't want to pull so much that it hurts. So it's that fine little line. You just want a deep stretch. Yeah.
Cindy found it.
So pull gently. Feel that stretch straight down the outside of that right thigh. On that exhale, let's bring that right leg up. We're going to put both feet in the strap. And we're going to very gently pull the legs towards us. And just stop when it's good for you. You can lift those hips a little bit if you want to. This is a good release, not only for those hamstrings, for that back as well. And let's slowly release. Bring that right leg flat on the mat. Move that strap towards your left heel. The foot's relaxed. Gently pull the leg towards you as you're pushing that left knee away. So the foot's relaxed at this point, and your best stretch is when the leg is straight. So even if you have to back away a little bit, straight leg's going to get you that best stretch. And let's back away and move the strap towards the ball of your foot. So now it's the calf's turn again. Gently pull it towards you. Roll the foot outer and play with that strap. Pull it a little to the left or right. See what deepens your left calf stretch. We're each a little different. Use your breath. Release. Let's go ahead and hold the strap with our left hand. Out to the left, we're going to look to our right. So we want to keep that right hip nice and rolled to the mat. Gentle pull those left toes, aim to the wall behind you. Allow that belly to lift and lower. Use your exhale as an opportunity for a deeper stretch. As we hand the strap to our right hand. Taking it across the body, let's glance left. Gentle pull. Feel that stretch straight down that left IT band. Deep breaths. Allow those muscles to lengthen. And now we're going to put the strap down. And we're going to lengthen our body from fingertips to toes. So see how long you can make yourself. Big letter I with your body. And on the exhale, we're just going to slide our arms somewhere near our sides, palms up. Let those feet flop out. Eyes are closed. You've made it to your last pose, total resting pose. Make sure to get in a position that's comfortable for you. So any adjustments that you need to make, bending your knees or rolling to your side, please feel free to do that. Let's use our breath to not only let go of the tightness in our muscles, but any tension or stress that we're holding on to, especially those things that we don't even have control over. Anything that's going to rob you of having the best day that you can. Let's use our breath to do that. So let's pull all the breath to the very top of the head. As you exhale, feel the breath flowing across your forehead, rolling across your temples and across the back of the head. Feel the breath rolling across your eyes and your nose and your cheekbones, across the back of your jaw, and straight down the sides and back of your neck. Feel the exhale flowing across your shoulders. As they relax to the mat, notice your chest opens up and your upper back is nice and released. Feel the next exhale rolling down your arms, rounding your elbows, straight down your forearms to your wrists, palms and the top of your hand, between your fingers and all the way to your fingertips. Exhale, we move those fingers very gently. Let any stress or tension leave the body through our fingertips. breath rolls across the rib cage, one rib at a time. Flowing from the middle of your back down to the small of your back. Across your waist and abdominals. Taking a deep breath in. Allow those hips and glutes to just release and roll to the mat. Relaxing your quadriceps and your hamstrings, knees, shins and calves, ankles. Feel the exhale rounding your heels and flowing up the arch of your foot. Rolling across the top of your foot, between your toes, all the way to your toe tips. Just move the toes gently, letting anything negative just leave through your toe tips. Notice a peace and a calm. Notice a better perspective on the rest of your day. You're ready to take it on. So we're going to be very nice to ourselves coming out of this position slowly. We're going to bend one knee and place that foot on the mat. Allow the other knee to join it when you're ready. And let's just roll to one side, allowing your bottom arm to become your pillow. Taking a breath. And then slowly pressing up to a nice sitting position. Let's take a nice deep breath in, reach it up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let's surrender everything in our head to our heart. Guys, have a great and blessed rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Namaste. Thanks, you guys.